All right, let's talk about something pretty much all of us have gone through. That horrible, sudden pain that wakes you up from a dead sleep. Yep, we're diving into leg cramps, and we're going to figure out what's really causing them. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You're sound asleep, dreaming, and then bam, it feels like a lightning bolt just shot through your calf. Your muscle is locked up, it's hard as a rock, and honestly, all you can do is ride it out. It's the worst. Now, for years, we've all heard the same old story about why this happens. But what if that story is just plain wrong? The actual reason you're getting jolted awake is probably not what you've been told your whole life. So, you know how it goes. You mention a leg cramp to someone, and what's the first thing they say? Oh, you need more calcium. Go drink a glass of milk. It's become this automatic response. But honestly, it's time we put that myth to bed. Okay, so if it's not a simple lack of calcium, then what in the world is waking you up like that? Let's pull back the curtain and meet the real culprits behind that muscle-locking misery. Just take a look at this. The data makes it pretty clear, doesn't it? That huge piece of the pie right there, that's muscle fatigue and overuse. It is by far the biggest reason. Then you've got dehydration and an electrolyte imbalance. Notice something missing as a major player? Yeah, calcium isn't even on the board as a top cause. So what do we even mean when we say muscle fatigue? Well, it's simpler than it sounds. Maybe you were on your feet all day long, or maybe you jumped into a new workout routine a little too hard. It can even be something as simple as holding your leg in a weird, shortened position while you're sleeping. Your muscle is just overworked and cranky. And let's quickly touch on electrolytes, because this term gets thrown around a lot. Think of them as the electrical wiring for your body. They're these super important minerals. We're talking magnesium, potassium, sodium, that help your nerves send the right signals to your muscles. When that wiring gets fuzzy, the signals get crossed. And this is so important. Even when electrolytes are the problem, we tend to blame the wrong one. We just automatically jump to calcium. But the reality is you're much more likely to be running low on things like magnesium or potassium, especially if you've been sweating a ton, you've been sick, or maybe your diet's been a little off. And yeah, a few other things can definitely stir the pot. Plain old dehydration is a huge one. When you don't have enough water, your nerves get irritable. Plus, things like a lot of stress, not getting enough sleep, having poor circulation, or even certain medications can all make you way more likely to get these cramps. Now, I'm not saying calcium is never, ever the problem. It absolutely can be. But a true calcium deficiency powerful enough to cause cramps is pretty rare. And it almost never shows up as just a leg cramp and nothing else. See, if low calcium were the real villain, you'd probably have other clues. You'd be feeling things like numbness or tingling in your hands and feet, maybe some weird twitching around your mouth or fingers, your nails might get really brittle, or you could even have a deep, persistent ache in your bones. A random leg cramp by itself, that rarely points to a real calcium problem. Okay, we've busted the myth, we've identified the real bad guys, so now for the most important part. What can you actually do about it? Let's build a simple, practical action plan for you. The next time that awful pain strikes in the middle of the night, here's what you do. Step 1, gently pull your toes up towards your shin. You'll feel that stretch in your calf. Step 2, use your hands to gently knead that hard knot of muscle. And step 3, if you can, carefully get up and walk it off for a minute. That'll get the blood flowing again. But, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? To fight that muscle fatigue, just do a simple calf stretch for a minute or two right before you get into bed. And to handle the hydration and electrolyte side, make sure you're drinking enough water all day and try to add in some potassium-rich foods like bananas and avocados, and magnesium-rich foods like nuts and spinach. Now, while most leg cramps are totally harmless, just really, really annoying, there are a couple of red flags that you probably shouldn't ignore. These are signs that it might be a good idea to chat with your doctor. You should definitely make an appointment if your cramps are happening all the time, like almost every day, or if they come with other stuff like a lasting numbness or weakness in the muscle. Also pay attention if it's always way worse in one leg than the other, or if you're noticing things like weight changes or night sweats. And of course, if you have any chronic health condition or you're on long-term meds, it's always smart to bring it up. So if you only take one single thing away from all this today, please let it be this. Leg cramps do not equal a calcium deficiency. It's time to let that old idea go. From now on, when you get a leg cramp or a friend complains about one, your new mental checklist should be this: muscle fatigue, hydration, and electrolytes like magnesium and potassium. That's where you're going to find the real answer 99% of the time. And that pretty much wraps it up. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Based on everything we just talked about, what's one little thing you can start doing today to make sure that next painful cramp never even happens? Thanks so much for tuning in.